So yeah, all the info we have about this one is that it was hit in the last algo update, and a quick check of Ahrefs shows that that is true.
Sure is.
And you were hit very hard. Wow.
So what
That's
is
down.
this?
That's down
It's a
from.
tech site, tech
That's
website?
it's down from about 30K traffic.
Yeah, that's nasty.
That's a big one.
We go to backlink profile real quick? No, I mean,
Uh,
look at this. Big heavy push of referring domains coming in around the same time you were dropping as well.
well,
Or
that
is it
was
a little further?
no. It's through the whole year. It looks like they were steadily adding backlinks all year. Pretty steadily. Steady growth of back. Here, I'll just show you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can see right here, the site was steadily adding backlinks over time throughout the past year. Wasn't really a sudden spike of links or anything like that. Nothing that looks too unnatural. You actually like to see a graph looking like that compared to Rohit's graph, where it was just steady
straight
over
up.
time, or a flat line.
Yeah, I just wasn't comparing for 1 year.
Um,
So okay, let's jump into the normal spots.
DR looks quite low.
Yeah.
Given so DR is about 14. You got about 300 referring domains.
Probably low quality.
You
If
got
I
a
had to
ton of
guess.
traffic for 300 referring domains, to be quite honest.
Is it tech? The site itself?
Let's look at it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's tech
tech.
related.
Tech blog roll.
Yeah, homepage is just a blog roll.
Looks like reviews, informational guides, stuff like that. Okay. So I would say just the on page itself has a lot to
So
there's a good amount of work that needs to be done.
The articles themselves look nice. The homepage, not so much. I mean, what do you think about this article?
Yeah, the article looks nice itself, but the homepage doesn't really act as a hub. It doesn't seem like how many index pages are in
the hub page is literally just a blog roll. Like it's literally a blog roll
with recent
and
posts
nothing else.
And 2 categories.
Yeah, 2 categories on the menu bar.
No about, no information on who's running the site anywhere. What about a footer? There anything down there? No footer. So it leaves a lot to be desired.
So right off the bat, you're lacking some of the EAT stuff that people talk about all the time. That would fall in the trustworthiness category. There's nothing about this company. There's nothing about here. Let's see if there's anything about the authors. There's no author mentioned on any of the articles. You're literally just like throwing up information without any kind of names, no kind of company, no about page, no privacy policy, no contact information. You've got something to submit a comment, but that looks like the only way they can contact you is by leaving a comment. So overall, the trustworthiness of this site would be about a 0, right? And one of the reasons I'm mentioning this is because people were saying EAT got more important.
Content is well done at a glance.
The content itself looks really good, which would, I haven't actually compared it to your competitors' content, but, if it was in similar length to your competitors' content, similar keyword ratios, stuff like that, and, you're covering kind of the same main topics, then I would think your content would not be the problem. The content looks good. Site itself looks very untrustworthy. I'm assuming Google thinks so as well. Go ahead and look at the off page. So we're just hopping in Ahrefs right now, and we're checking out some of the links you got. Actually, we'll start with anchors.
Yeah.
Okay, so number 1 is branded. Number 2, what is that?
Well, I mean, so if you sort it by referring domains, I would say you're doing fine on anchors.
Yeah,
things look okay.
I thought it always comes sorted by referring domains. Why was it not?
Check out what those no text ones are. Second.
Okay.
Snippets. What are these? Oh, like aggregators.
Yeah, just kind of the crap you see on all the
I wouldn't
sites
worry
end up
about
picking
it. Yeah, okay, cool. So that's fine. Yeah, and then if we go back into backlinks.
But they're all the same though.
Yeah,
Did
but
you
I
see
think
that?
most of that shit gets ignored.
So look at this.
Yeah, these. But they're all no follow.
They're also all they're different domains that are all exactly the same.
Yeah, I think most of this gets ignored. I literally wouldn't worry about that. There's some no text. What we're looking at is there's some no text anchors.
Well, I'm just
42 of them that are coming from websites that are basically like keyword aggregators that then they're all the same
42.
anchor.
That's 42 of his 300 backlinks that are nothing, basically.
Yeah,
nothing at best.
I don't think you need to worry about it really.
Yeah, then you got a good amount of URL stuff, branded stuff. Yeah, I think the anchors overall look good. Hop into the links. Here, you want to take a look? I actually got to take a... I'll be right back.
Yeah. All right, well, I'm going to start by sorting it by DR and just see what kind of strong stuff you've got going on here. A lot of what I'm noticing is forum info, directories, pillow style links, for the most part. Trying to see if there's any actually like authority posts or anything like that. But everything I'm clicking on basically takes me to more of a forum or something along those lines. Let me switch it and do one link per domain. Let's see, what about like this one? So there's some guest posts and, oh wait. Yeah, so there's some high quality links in here, but then there's majority coming from what look like forums and things of that nature. My guess is with this particular site, you're hitting a couple of walls. One is the on-page has a lot left to be desired, and I would work on the actual site itself, try and take care of some of that EAT issue. And then coming back in here, I would work on authority as far as backlinks go, and start getting more trust and authority and power to this website in the form of quality backlinks, because they're somewhat limited. And then when I consider that, there's 303 referring domains, let's see how many pages are indexed here. Going to a tech-related website, that December was really big on putting authority sites above little review sites. The big guys won, essentially, for a lot of SERPs. So maybe you were ranking for a bunch of stuff that then you were just simply sniped out of. But just the same, I'm going to see. So you've got 124 indexed pages, which, I mean, is pretty good. You should be able to build out different hub pages and stuff and kind of flesh this site out, because there's a lot of info out there. But yeah, I'm willing to bet that if we look through your competitors, or competing domains, we'll be able to see that you lost out to a lot of the big guys. And the main way we do that is by going into the SERPs that, we probably lost traction for over time, and then actually look at who's ranking for the stuff that you would have been ranking for back in the day. And if it's bigger conglomerate style websites, then you've kind of got to shift your keyword research positions to an extent.
Yeah. I don't really feel like checking out all the SERPs right now.
No, yeah, it's just, it's something that they can do. But I would start with just beefing up your actual website with this one.
What'd you see as far as links went?
Just, he had some authority stuff in there, but for the most part, it's a lot of stuff from forums and pillow style links. Although there are there's some decent links in there. But for the most part, it's just pillowing type stuff.
Yeah, it looks like most of your authority stuff is what we'd consider pillow links as well. And I heard Nick talking about how he thought you needed to add authority, and that also falls under EAT. The A for authoritativeness. You're seen as an authority by other authoritative sources linking to you, which means get high authority links. So as far as EAT goes, your expertise looks good. I mean, just looking, I'm not going to deep dive into that, but your authority looks like it's going to be lacking because the majority of, I would say the majority, maybe even the large majority of his authority links are what we consider pillow links.
Yeah, it seems like the large majority. There's some guest posting type stuff in there, but
I'm saying like everything, just like the last site that we did, everything over DR 50, almost all of it is what we would consider a pillow link. So you basically have a lack of authoritativeness. So as far as EAT goes, I would say you're pretty much a hard fail on the last two, the A and the T. Yeah.
Yeah, start there.
Did you notice anything else fishy? Did you look around anymore?
There's nothing terribly like fishy obvious. I think they probably lost out mainly due to bigger players, seeing as how, that was pretty common across a lot of people that lost in December.
Like your link distribution overall looks pretty okay. You got a couple of pages that are pretty heavy on backlinks, but your homepage looks pretty strong. It's got how is that even possible? I thought he only had he's got 300, right? Okay, so yeah, your homepage has about a third of your links. I'd normally want that to be a little bit higher, but see the keywords. What were the big keywords that he lost?
Check out movements, maybe.
We're gonna have to go back to December. December 6th.
Also, it's hard to, look at this sometimes and know whether you're reading accurate data.
All right, so December 4th. So I think it would be the lost like $3,700 best subimage. I didn't say it.
I almost
didn't say
the
keyword. Like... Being careful. Okay, I'm making sure I'm not showing anything wrong.
Yeah.
So
even just looking at what's showing up here and seeing that that's what he was going in for, based on this website, I'm just going to go ahead and go out on a limb and say that you're being beat out by actual authorities in that specific niche.
Okay, just another thing. I'm looking at one of your pages that you Whoops. What is this?
What do you mean? It's the one that's showing up?
Well, it should. I need exact URL up here. Okay, yeah. So I'm looking at the links. So I'm just looking at one of your URLs that you lost big on, right? And this URL is, let's see how many backlinks it has. overview. So this URL it's an interpage URL, then it's got about 25 referring domains. I had 50 at one point. So this is one of the heavier pages that you were building links to on your entire site. And it was also one of the pages that was ranking for the most stuff, right? So then I'm going to go in and I'm going to look at your anchors for that URL. Actually, I was looking at the wrong thing before. I thought I saw something really wrong, but his anchors actually look okay. So never mind on that.
Go to backlinks real quick for this page.
Look very relevant, but
yeah. What are these?
what?
Oh, these are the ones that we were talking about now. And then there's some coupon ones. There's some random directory style links and stuff going to the center page too. Yeah, I don't think any of that stuff is helping, but it's probably not really hurting either.
I want to know, I don't know if he's in the
would-
chat right now, but I want to know if he built those or if something the site just picked up on its own.
Take a peek.
All-
Oh, well,
all this
yeah.
this kind of spammy stuff.
Yeah, either way, I mean, I think, yeah, where he needs to start is with the actual website itself, and then, yeah, you got to start working towards more authority and more trust.
I would say the off page in general, besides the lack of authority links, actually looks pretty okay. Would you agree? The off page?
Yeah. I'm seeing some stuff that I think leans more towards the spammy side, like coupons, low budget, non-niched,
but a lot of
guest
stuff,
posts, but it all seems fine.
I don't know how much of the stuff he did and how much just like kind of naturally came. But yeah, there's a lot of coupon stuff, a lot of those the no text, I guess they're image links or whatever that we talked about. That's all, it's different domains, but the website looks exactly the same. Yeah, I just don't know if you're adding these or what, but yeah, so the URL has 25 backlinks on it, but the majority of them are just junk. Yeah, but I guess it's just the work on the authority and then getting your site looking more trustworthy, as far as EAT goes, the A and the T.
Yeah.
Anything else to add that? Anything else you want to look at? Or
just that it's pretty crazy. He was getting almost 30,000 monthly traffic with this website before December. Good keyword research. That would be my guess. You did some solid keyword research. So, you've got some stuff that you've done really well. Fine tune and then just get back to work. A hit like that sucks.
One thing that we didn't do that we're not going to do right now is we didn't look at, for example, the main keyword for this URL. We didn't actually pull up the SERP and look at
who's winning,
the backlink profiles of the sites that are on there. And so if you want to gauge like basically how much authority, how many quality, high authority links you're going to want to add, that you would need to add, you're going to want to look at that, pull up the keyword, look at the SERP, see what, the spot number 1098 or whatever, the last positions on page 1 have, just look at their backlink profiles, and you can kind of gauge like how many, links you think you're going to need to be able to break in once you take care of the trustworthiness factor of your site as well. Anything else?
I think that sums it up.
All right. What do we got next?
Well, let's see, but maybe just stick to some short stuff if there's anything left. We're already 30 over. Noman says you can't even change the freaking robots.txt in Wix. How great is that? ? Yeah, see, limited functionality. That's pretty rough.
Cameron says, I wonder if it's a lot of brand-related keywords. I think he was talking about the site we were just looking at. Was it brand-related? I don't think it was.
Not
I think it was more like product type
product
keywords.
type, best review. It's a review site for the most part.
I didn't even look at that. That could be another thing to check out if it's all like best whatever.
Yeah, there was a lot of it. Yeah, just go back through and
I'll look that up one more time
right.
before we move on. Oops, there we go. Yeah, you're all best, man. Your entire site is pretty much best.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's look at this a little bit more. Best.
Yeah, and then the other ones are all review.
Best.
So you got best and review all
So
over the
out of
place.
42 URLs that we're pulling up on Ahrefs, is that the entire site? 42? Do we even look at that? The site's got about 124 URLs. So we're looking at best by links on Ahrefs right now. Or is this top pages? Top pages. The hands aren't working. And you got some category pages. Then he has some specific products.
Yeah, it's for sure heavy on the best and review as far as the site goes.
Yeah, as far as like actual content on your site goes, it looks like you're real heavy on best as well. So Nick was actually he found this one of the things you started talking about, and then I started seeing other people mentioning it as well. Basically, sites that had too many articles that revolved around best, so and not enough other just informational content on the site. So another thing you could do to kind of, I guess this might be, I don't know if you'd want to categorize this somewhere in EAT, but I guess in EAT it might go under like the trustworthiness thing as well. Like your site doesn't look and feel in any way like a real website that's providing any kind of value other than trying to sell. Right. And so not only do you not have these kind of trustworthy factors like, the contact information, privacy policy, all that, you also don't have the, your entire site revolves around these best keywords with just a lack of the other types of content. So I guess I would lump it in there in the T portion of EAT. Just add in some more informational content that's not trying to sell, and you can then link it to, your best stuff. I saw somewhere that someone was saying they try to keep the amount of best content under 50%. That's something you can kind of look into yourself.
That back when I first started, I would, especially with like affiliate, I would name things best or review in hopes that I would be targeting a smaller keyword pool, less competition. And now I know that due to the way I build sites and what the hopes are as far as longevity goes to grow them, I go with the broad term above all else, using the URL typically. And then I will tailor things in more with my title tags and things like that. A lot of times you're trying to build, a more sniper type site based on keywords you're going after that you think are going to be easier to pursue. I think for the more competitive SERPs, those days are kind of gone. And you kind of would rather go broad and then tailor in using things like backlinks and the rest of your content to provide information on that.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching. Be sure to check the description below for links to our blog for more info on this topic, along with a bunch of other cool stuff like case studies, our Facebook community, and our link building services. And like always, remember to like, comment, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell if you enjoyed the video. Thanks and happy ranking.